Today we're going to take a look at one of my Colt revolvers. This is a 6-inch Colt Anaconda. I bought this thing in 2023. I retired in January of that year, and I bought myself a 6-inch Anaconda and a 4 1/4 inch Python as retirement gifts to myself. And to be honest with you, if I had bought this one first, I wouldn't own a 4 1/4 inch Python, because this thing has the best trigger of any revolver that I own, and I own several. With the exception of the single action. The single action, I've got a couple of Smiths that beat up. But the double action, it is sweet. I know I've heard a lot of people complain about the rear sight. I've never touched the rear sight on this gun, and it is dead on accurate. I've never had a bad day at the range with it. Very consistent, anything that I put through it. I shot 4-inch clay targets at 40 yards and just pop them all day long. I've never done anything to the trigger or had anything done to it, but from what the factory says, 8 pound for the double and 3.5 on the single. I'm telling you, this one is anywhere from 7 to 6.5 pound on the double, and 2.5 to 3 pound on the single, and it has been since day one. Whoever put this thing together must have been in a good mood and done a little extra work to it. But it is one of the sweetest shooting 44 Magnums I've ever had in my hand. And it's a beautiful gun. I tried some wood grips on it, but with 44 Magnum, it'll bite you. So I just put the rubber back on it and said, that's enough, because I do shoot the heavy loads out of this one. It's drilled and tapped. You can put a scope on it, which I know a guy that has a scope on his, and he loves it. The old Anacondas, a lot of people think that they were just a clone of the Python, but they wasn't. They were actually on the Colt Trooper platform. I've never owned one of the old Anaconda, but I have owned the Colt Troopers, and I can tell you, they are nowhere near what this Anaconda is. Nowhere near. They use MIM parts in those Troopers, especially the triggers. They are gritty. They break. I just did not like them, and I've not owned one in years since I got rid of the last one I had. I just did not like them. And this Anaconda is miles above any of them that I ever had or ever shot. I think the MSRP on these things now are $16.99, but you can find them cheaper. You can. I mean, you just got to shop around. They're very popular. I would like to have one in the 4 1/4 inch with the 45 Colt before I bought my 3-inch Anaconda. That's actually what I was going to get. The 4 1/4 with 45 Colt. And then they come out with a 3-inch, which is my weakness. I love the 3-inch big frame 44 Magnums. They're just downright cool. The finish on this one, whenever I got it, the finish, I needed to touch it up a little bit, and I just cleaned it, and I've got oil all over it, and I need to wipe it down again before I put it up, because I did have it at the range. I've got some range footage that I'm going to put on at the last of this video. But the finish on it, when I got it, it wasn't great. I took some Mother's mag polish and polished her up a little bit. I could have done a lot more, but it's fine the way it is right now. This is what I expected it to be out of the box, and it wasn't. That's the only issue that I've ever had with this gun. The finish on it was not what it should have been. Now the Python that I bought at about the same time, I swapped out the grips on it for the Deer hollow grips. They make some of the best reproduction Colt grips you'll ever find. The ones that I chose for my Python, and I'm going to do a video on it, was the first generation 1955 to 1960. And they are gorgeous, and they look great on that gun. They would look really nice on one of the blued Pythons or blued Anacondas. They really would. But this is a blown up Colt Python. It is a copy of the Colt Python, not like the old ones. Everybody thought they were, but they were not. They made them look like the Python, and that was about it. Everything else was the Trooper. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Leave me some comments.